Hello there, everyone. I am here with Ganpat. He's a pretty good Lego builder,
Thank you.
um, and he's come up with some brilliant Lego ideas. Before, do you want to talk about them a little bit first?
Oh, sorry. I didn't get the question. Something went wrong
Oh,
with it.
I was just saying, like your Lego ideas. Would you want to talk about them? You know, the Prince set and the
Yeah,
Asterix.
sure.
Oh,
Yes, of course. First I started with Lego building when the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings Lego came out. That's some years ago. I think somewhere in 2000 and let's say 12. I got fan again because when I was a kid, I played with the Lego castles, etc. And then The Hobbit came out, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I want to have that. So I didn't buy it at first, but a friend of mine gave me this little set of Gandalf. We talked about it. Uh,
yeah.
and that was actually the trigger. But later on, when Jurassic World came out, the movie, and also Lego Jurassic World, I was like, wow, this is so fantastic. I bought a few sets, and then I saw there was a Lego IDs website. At first, I mean, I heard of it earlier, and then it was still Kuzo. It had another name,
Uh,
but I was not involved in that because, well, I had a busy life.
yeah.
Still have, by the way. But my wife said to me, "Well, why wouldn't you build something for Lego Ideas? We just bought the Friends Lego Ideas set, which is very popular." And I was like, "Well, maybe I should," but I was not sure what theme because I was thinking of Tintin, the other comic book guy. He's a reporter. But I think Tintin is not that well known throughout the world. He
Hmm.
he is a reporter. He has a dog, Snowy is his name, and he has those adventures, and that's cool. I really love the comic books, but the comic book I love the most actually is Asterix.
Yeah.
My most favorite comic book, and I thought, well, let's do this. And let's base it on the first album, and that is this one, Asterix. Is it's by the way, it's in Dutch. Sorry for
Yeah.
about that, but Asterix the Gaul. And I also use some other features from, for example, Asterix and the Big Fight,
Hmm.
uh, in which the druid gets beaten by a stone, a
Yeah.
menhir. And I used all these little, nods to the comic books in my idea. So I started building and buying new Lego for building it. Usually, it was also secondhand Lego. For example, I bought a police station from it was a mountain police from Lego City, which
Hmm.
was normally very expensive, but now it wasn't anymore. So that's cool. um, and I started building. First, the more like easier parts. I started, for example, with this little build. Here you have it.
Hmm.
It's a bridge and a rock and a Roman on it. And the nice why I did this one. There is a movie, an animated movie of Asterix, and their Dogmatix, the dog of Obelix, is running over a bridge and he's falling into the water. And then he is having this kind of little communication with a frog. Can you see
Hmm.
it? So
Yeah.
I included that one too, because that was also what I said before, a little nod to um, an let's say a famous scene from that movie. So, and then next I built this cart with cows. and cows are really, rare in Lego. You
Yeah.
don't. There's maybe three or two or three sets that have the cows. Um, so I was very happy to have them. But in this first album, first comic, Asterix is hiding in the haystack.
Hmm.
So I thought, yeah, he should have a kind of play feature that you can put a minifigure in it. By the way, I have Asterix here close to me. This is him
Hmm.
without helmet, by the way, and you can put him in there. So yeah, then you can close that one. But when I finished the house, that was a really big thing. I really had to think that through because it was not that easy. How to keep it, open to play with it, because that was very important to my uh, way of thinking. Lego is also for kids and they need to
Yeah.
play with it, and it must be fun, and so I succeeded, I think, in making something playable. So I will get that one too, but it's a bit difficult because it's heavy and it's well, if you let it fall, then you have a problem. Oh, sorry, because well, this is the house,
Epic. Absolutely epic.
and if you look at the house of Asterix in the comic books, I will show it in a minute. You can see the similarities. Um, the most difficult part was the chimney, by the way.
Yeah, it looks quite complex.
It was complex indeed. I actually rebuilt it a few times
Oh,
here. Uh, and the funny thing is, you can, put it aside a bit. It's difficult to show. Just a second. That you have more space to play. You see?
yeah.
So I will break it off because that's easier. That is the chimney part, and the funniest thing is this: if you do that,
Oh, cool. Awesome.
it goes on. That's the idea. So that needed to come back. You can also turn the I don't. Yeah, you can turn the wild boar here, which is on the above the fire. But
Hmm.
you can also put that one. No, put that one somewhere else and place a cauldron in it. And the cauldron is a cauldron for the druid Getafix, or Panoramix in French, and then he can make his magic potion. So that increases the playability of the whole idea. Um, so yeah, well, I will show you the. I have to give it a good place. I will show you the original house on which it was based, and oh, that's the wrong one. And that one is here. Hmm. Oh yeah, got it. And you can see it right here on this picture, in this picture.
Hmm.
So it's based on this idea, this
Yeah.
design, and there it's in the house, and I have a better picture of it some pages further because they're eating. Where is that? Ah, it's quite here. Here you have the house again,
Hmm.
and then the inside of the house, you have a table with wild boars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And I also thought, well, the druid is one of the, one of the most important characters in the whole book because with him, they are invincible with his magic potion. And he needs his kind of set piece too, and that's the tree and the stone, like the dolmen,
Hmm.
sacred stone and sacred oak tree.
The
And
owl
that,
looks awesome. The owl
what is,
looks absolutely class there.
yeah, thanks.
Really like that.
Mm. So that is also in the albums, in the books. Here
Hmm.
you have a tree and the stone on which he's standing.
Yeah.
So it's really based on this book, but there are some iconic characters in Asterix, and one of the most iconic ones is this one.
Yeah.
He is both in a book in the big fight, having this disguise as a tree thing, and also in one of the animated movies, also called The Big Fight. So I had to include him because I knew when Asterix and Obelix fans see this guy, they immediately recognize him.
Yeah.
So there he is. And another one, which is well, in French, he's called the Marchand de Boeuf, and that means the ox merchant.
Hmm.
And well, that's this guy. So everyone knows him. Some people said to me, "Well, this song of this guy isn't leaving my head right now because in the movie he has a song, and some people were remembered by that song when they saw uh, this merchant."
Yeah.
So yeah, but when you put it on IGs, thing is that you get a lot of votes initially, but then it kind of stops. Um, People don't see it anymore, or people don't like it even. That could be the case as well. So someone told me you should render it into um, studio, remake it actually,
Yeah.
and then render it with a beautiful picture. And I was like, whoa, phew,
That is a
that's good. Yeah, I was a bit like not not really how to say. I didn't really have the motivation to do it.
yeah, yeah, because you'd already put all that work into building it, building everything up, getting the rare parts like the cows and the chimney. That probably, as you said, took a lot of work, and now you've got to do it in studio. It's like bloody hell, man. So much.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of work again, and a lot of time and effort, but I did it, and I'm really happy that I did it because the chimney has a whole new look. It's broader, and I made more set pieces. Like the house is an apart thing; it's more like a facade, and then the interior is an apart building. And then I improved the tree, I improved the dolmen, I improved the cart because the cart is really bending backwards. It's not
Yeah,
really stable. Now it is stable. And cool thing is that the bridge and the waterfall has become a bit bigger. And behind here, there is a kind of door, but you can't, it's not in this build.
oh yeah,
It's on the pictures on Lego Ideas. And you can open it, and then there's a treasure. And that treasure is the golden menhir. And the golden menhir is a book that recently came out, and it's about a very also a very important character, and that's the guy who is not allowed to sing. Sorry, I can't reach to him. I
yeah. No
haven't.
worries.
This is Cacophonix, or Assurance Tourix in French. And he is the bard. He plays music, but he is really, not very good at it.
Oh,
In this book, he is going to, let's say, a kind of French idols to get his prize for the first time, and that prize is the golden menhir. So I kind of that was also a little, hint or reference to one of the other books of Asterix. And yeah, I'm really happy that I included him too. So it in total it has now 11 minifigures. I forgot almost one of the most important one, Obelix. He's the strongest because when he was a young boy, he fell into the cauldron full of magic potion, and he got strong forever.
oh,
No, no one can beat him really.
lucky guy.
Yeah, or not, because that's the problem. If he wants to drink, um, Getafix always says, "No, you can't have anything because you fell in the cauldron when you were a baby," and then he leaves like, "Mwah."
I got him.
Yeah. So, but he and Asterix are each other's best friends. But people said to me, "Well, actually, Obelix needs to be more around because he's a big guy, like like so. He's just
Yeah,
a big body." So I also had the opportunity in studio to do so. So you can see that he has a bigger body. He cannot move his legs, so I still included legs, like
yeah.
those you see now, so that you can play with it again. And another one said, "Well, it's really a masculine thing. There are no ladies in it."
Yeah.
So I included kind of also an iconic character from Asterix, and that's Obelix's crush.
Hmm.
And it was, yeah, in Dutch she's called Valhalla, but in French she's called Falbala. I don't know the English name for her. I don't really know, but um, and I based her upon the live action movie of Asterix. So I try to include almost not everything, but
As much as you can.
as much as I could. Indeed,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fair
yeah.
play.
So yeah, that's the Asterix idea, and now it has almost 3,200, yeah, 3,200 supporters,
Good
and
stuff.
of course there are 10,000 needed
Yeah.
necessary.
I need to make an account and get on there, man, and give some stuff support. Like honestly, there's some great stuff on there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is a lot of nice projects. For example, also the nanny is very popular right now, the
Hmm.
American TV show, and I like that build very much. Um, yeah, and so much more.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should. That would be great. I also, and that's was your other question, made a mock from Prince, the singer.
Yeah, yeah. I love that dude, man. He's a legend. Made some great bangers, man.
He
Purple
had
Rain, When Doves Cry, 1999, Diamonds and Pearls, Raspberry Beret.
Have you seen him in real life?
I've seen some of his performances, and he's just got next level energy, bro. He's good on the guitar. His dancing's amazing, and
Yeah.
the way in so many songs he can make himself sound so different. When I first listened to Kiss when I was younger, I thought it was a woman singing. I thought,
Yeah.
what's going on? Because he
Yeah.
does it so well. Yeah, he's just an utter pure genius, man.
He is. You know what? I wrote something about him, a little article, and I wrote actually his whole DNA is made out of music notes because he has it in his blood, in his
Yeah,
veins. No one can do it like he does, could do it as he did, I have to
yeah.
say, unfortunately, because he died. Oh, that's already was in
2016,
2016. Yeah,
sadly, yeah, quite a bit of time.
yeah. So that's a loss. I saw him in Rotterdam, and that was fantastic. That was a fantastic concert.
How long ago was this?
Oh, that was in 2010, I think.
Could he still perform well, or?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah. It
brilliant.
was it was spotless. Really, it was one big party. Everyone was like, "Wow, this is the most beautiful nights of our lives." Um, yeah, it was a. He did quite a job there. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
I mean, my cousin went to see him in 2011 and she said he still performed really well. But I just
Yeah,
wondered if that was like a one off, if he just really put effort in. Because when you get in your 40s, it's so hard to perform like, because I'm guessing he was in his 40s or no, he would have been 50. I think he would have been 51 at the time, wouldn't he?
something like yeah, that could be.
To
Yeah,
still perform well and get the crowd going at 51. I mean, you see some singers when they're young and their voice is going at like when they're 30 because they've done so many drugs and done so much partying and
yeah.
worked themselves so hard. Um, their voices go then and they can't perform well then. But Prince, it's good that he's managed to keep, have good longevity and keep the performance
Yeah,
ability.
and I think that's also due to his way of life. He didn't drink.
Yeah.
He wasn't really partying late. He knew his, let's say, his limits.
Yeah, I think
I
he did do. I did read something about him doing drugs though to like get him hyped for the performances.
could
Um,
be. Yeah, that could be.
he
Yeah.
takes some really, really, really strong stuff to get himself hyped up.
That could be indeed. I never heard or read something about that, but he took pills to sleep.
Oh,
So, and
shame.
actually he took a bit too much. That caused his death apparently.
No,
Uh, so, but on the other hand, yeah, for his voice, he did the good things, I think.
definitely, and his music was great as well. His songs had good meaning. Like Purple Rain was like about his band. How they broke up years ago. I'm pretty sure that's what it was about anyway. And it's just
Mm.
such an emotional, deep song. That has to be one of my all-time favorites.
Purple Rain,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's one of mine too. I think Purple Rain, almost everyone's favorite. You can't have Prince without Purple Rain, although he had some issues with that one because when his label, he had some quarrels with his label, and
yeah.
Purple Rain wasn't his anymore.
Oh,
That's why he went from 1994 or 1995, I'm not sure, by this sign. So that was the,
oh yeah, yeah. He turned himself into a symbol, didn't he? Yeah,
the
like his
symbol.
name.
Yeah. So he didn't, they didn't call him Prince. And I was, when I heard no, when I became a fan, that was when he was on the Muppets.
Oh,
That
cool.
he was a guest, and he had this song Cynthia Rose, and I was, a fan immediately
Yeah.
because that was fun. That was a really nice song, and also his other songs that he sang during that show were great. I think this I heard I've heard of him before, but I never thought he was so good. I didn't
Mhm.
know. So I became a fan. I think I was, how old was I? Maybe 14 or 15. I don't know. So, and then later on, you got musicology, and that was more funky music. Um, I like that one too, by the way. Musicology is a very good song, and Gold, and that is the music video that I turned into Lego.
Cool.
And I made a stage that you see in this music video. I can't show it here because I
Yeah.
don't build it. I didn't build it in
It
real
was
with
all
real
all
wood.
on studio, wasn't it?
It's all studio because of the gold. I don't have that much gold bricks.
Yeah. Do you reckon
And
Lego can pull that off though if it gets enough votes, or do you think they'll be like, "Oh, this is just too hard, too much gold"? Or
that is a good question. I'm not sure. Perhaps they say, well, we will have to tone it down
yeah, yeah,
uh, or make it smaller because there's a lot of gold involved. But actually, it's only the curtains. That's the only gold in the mics. Those are golden. But for the rest, it's white and black. So could be done. And on the back side, backstage, you have the cover of the album of Purple Rain with the
yeah.
motorcycle uh, and a little house motel. I think it was from the movie Purple Rain.
I
But
mean, I was just gonna say there hasn't really been many musicians made into Lego minifigures, so I think this is quite an innovative thing for Lego, really, because they haven't. I can't think of any musicians that have been made into Lego figures or any performances or music videos.
no, not music videos. There on Lego Ideas are a few like
Oh,
Coldplay and
oh, they're doing a
that.
Coldplay. Oh, I need to look into it more, man. I need.
There is a Coldplay.
Oh, that's good.
And there was also, I believe there was Queen was,
Nice.
but they don't get those. I would think when you make a famous musician, people would vote immediately,
Yeah.
and that was my kind of struggle. I put it on ideas, and I also put it in all the Prince Facebook groups, but are not that enthusiastic, to be honest.
Oh, that's a bit of
And
a
which I would say, well, this is Prince, this could be yours if you
yeah.
vote massively. Because there was when Lego Ideas was, I think, still Kuzo, but I'm not really sure if that. I think so. The Beatles.
That's cool.
We got the Yellow Submarine in Lego, and the four Beatles uh, in Lego form. So it must be possible, I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people, because I was gonna say, you'd think they'd be more bothered about it because
Mhm.
if you have like a that print set in your living room or in your bedroom,
Yeah.
anyone who's coming in having a look, your
Yes,
family
sure.
or your partner or if your friends visit or whatever, they're going to be like instantly, this or this woman's a Prince fan. That's cool. A lot of people are like they don't want to show off Lego in their living room or their bedroom or whatever. They're a bit because I was saying to one of my friends once, I was like, bro, spice up your living room a bit, get some brickheads or something, and he was like,
Yeah.
no, no, it'll people will think it looks weird and my dad wouldn't like it. And I'm like, bro, that it looks cool. It spices things up. Well, I mean, what else are you gonna have there? Just like a plant pot or something, or I don't know.
Oh, plant, indeed.
Yeah, I just feel like Lego spices things up. It's quite stylish and trendy. I know you need to keep dusting it off, but that's the same with any
That's
artifact or collectible.
Yeah, that's right. It's with anything. Only this is kind of, maybe more difficult to clean off. The
Yeah.
dust is between the studs.
Oh, yeah,
So that could be the problem. But it's colorful. It's
yeah.
it's we have it up there,
Yeah,
standing in the kitchen. But my nieces and nephews, they are really happy to see it when they.
that's
I
nice.
had I had one small nephew. He's really, I think he's 4 now. He saw this friend's Central Perk standing on a table, and he said, "Can I play with it?" Yeah, sure you can. So we sat him on a chair,
Was he
and he
careful with it?
well, that's the thing. He was sitting there for, I think, almost 10 minutes doing nothing, just looking, just watching all the minifigures and what is going on there. He didn't touch it. And his father said, "Are you not going to play?" He was like, "Wow, I can't touch this. This is so beautiful."
That is crazy for 4, man. When I was 4, and I'm sure a lot of other people when they was 4, they probably would have just accidentally smashed it up or something, So he's a pretty cool 4-year-old for being just marveling in its greatness.
Yeah, he was marveling. Really, he was. Yeah, that's right. So
Do you
yeah.
do you keep much Lego in like your living room? I know you said you got the friend set. Was it in the kitchen or was that the print set in the kitchen or?
Yeah, it was actually back then he was on the table, but since Corona, my wife has to work at home, so there's a
Oh yeah.
computer standing right there now. But now it's still up there in the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you have much more Lego around the house?
Yeah, we have my wife is a Harry Potter fan.
Oh, cool.
So we have some Harry Potter sets, like the new house from
Chamber
um,
of Secrets in it with the blue car.
with the blue car. True. Yeah, I like that one. It's just so cozy, that house. And
Yeah, yeah.
that's the funny thing. Maybe for you that's just normal, but I'm from the Netherlands, and when I think of Harry Potter, the whole English culture is coming from your screen into your house.
Yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
same thing with that house of his aunt and uncle. It's, that's England. That's,
It is, yeah, man. 100%.
that's just cool. It's yeah, reminds me of, I've been in England too, but
Oh,
reminds me.
cool. What
Yeah.
part did you visit?
Well, where did I visit? In the south, London, Dartmoor, Exmoor.
Hmm.
Uh, Actually, we wanted to go to. I was way back, somewhere in 1996. Um, we wanted to go to Cornwall.
Oh, that is an epic. That is epic, man.
Yeah, but there was one problem, and there was a guy, a Dutch um, kind of showman. I don't know. He had a show on television about animals. His name was Martin Gauss, That man kind of ruined it, our
Right.
trip. You know why? He was in Cornwall, and he told he told his people on television that there was a big black cat roaming around there in Cornwall, and nobody really knows if it was really there. It was kind of myth. And my mother is afraid of cats, so she didn't want to go there anymore because
Oh,
we were traveling with a tent. So she was like, well, when the cat comes, he can it's like a giant predator, and
how big did this show guy say the cat was?
well, it was like a puma or cougar.
Oh, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
England thankfully hasn't got any of them big animals. No big animals at all. We killed all them off years and years ago, hundreds of years ago, thankfully. So
I think so too, but this is a kind of legend of the black cat or of Cornwall.
yeah,
Probably that was a puma set
yeah.
free, whatever.
Oh yeah,
But the funny thing is, we also went to Scotland a few years later.
fair play.
Then we were walking somewhere in a city or a village, and there was this big newspaper, and it said "black cat seen somewhere in the region." And my mother was walking past through it, passing it by, and we were like, "Ha ha, that's funny." Um, so we didn't go there anymore to Cornwall. I've never been there,
Oh,
but I wish I could because maybe I will one day.
you should
And
go.
yeah,
North Devon's really amazing. There's some beautiful areas around there. There's some beautiful beaches. There's this place called Saunton Sands. It's phenomenal.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
there's some big waves there. Croyd, there's some big waves. There's a nice shopping place called Barnstable. There's loads of different places in North Devon, Taunton, Tiverton.
I think what province is that?
Um, it's just like in North Devon. It's
North Devon.
it's right by this place called Braunton.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it sounds familiar to me. Yeah,
Really
I've
nice
I've
place.
I've been in Northumbria, um, also in Newcastle and that city with the Viking whole thing. Um, what was the name again? I want to know. I don't remember. It was in Northern England. Just a sec. I really want to know what that was. But I've been I think I visited England 3 times. Yeah,
Fair play.
yeah, and I think 4 times in Scotland.
Nice. Have you ever been to Wales much? They've got some really nice places.
No, not yet. Never been to Wales.
Cardiff is absolutely epic, man. Cardiff's
Car-
awesome.
Oh yeah, is that the capital city?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Another nice place, Aberystwyth. That's also epic. Uh,
Hmm.
the beach. There's this one beach at Aberystwyth, which ain't the one side of it. It's not that big, but then you go to the other side. Past, if you keep walking past the pier,
Yeah.
the beach is absolutely humongous. Um, So yeah, it's really nice in Aberystwyth. It's got a, as I say, big pier, loads of different shops, but some of them are shutting down because of COVID. I'm pretty sure it used to have a CX or a game, and that shut down because of COVID. So that was really sad to see that go. Because Wales doesn't have a lot of, like in England, like I'm 14 minutes away. No, sorry, 8 minutes away from me. There's like this massive shopping centre, and you got a CX, a game, all that jazz. But in Aberystwyth, in parts of Wales, because it's there isn't as many businesses, they have to travel way further to get like to game or CX or DVD shops or any of that jazz.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. COVID is really, ruining a lot of things.
Yeah, sadly.
Oh yeah, I meant York. I've been to York.
Oh, nice, nice. Fair
It's
play.
cool, cool town. Really, it's not that big, but it's beautiful.
hmm We have got some marvelous landscapes in England, man. Some awesome. Well, the whole of the UK, just amazing landscapes.
Yeah, yeah, and that is why I do like Harry Potter. Also, I think my wife is more fan of it than I am, but I like the whole atmosphere because
Yeah,
it landscapes it reminds me of indeed of England, Scotland, and we don't have that. We have a flat country.
Oh,
Grass is always greener in England and Scotland, or
man.
maybe in Ireland. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but yeah, you live in a beautiful country. That's what I could say.
Yeah, thanks, man. Um, so yeah, I was going to ask though, what got you into Lego then?
Well, what
Originally?
really got me into it, well, as I told you, I loved when I was a kid the knights, the
Hmm.
castles. I had a few castles, also the pirates. With I had one ship, I think, one big ship. I think it was that big. I'm not sure, but
Nice.
it was had the sails and. But when I got back to it, it was yeah in 2000 and 2012, I think 12, when the whole Hobbit stuff came out. I was like, wow, this is so cool because I love the Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
So I bought quite a few sets, like the Hobbit Hole from Bilbo Baggins, and what did I have more? Oh, the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
think that was my first big Lord of the Rings set, and it was a fun to build, really. And back then, I lived on myself, and I had a house, and I had a room with all Lord of the Rings Lego things, and I put it there and to showcase it. It was really fun to do, and you got all those big trolls, and
Yeah, the trolls and the goblins and
and
the
the goblins. That's what I was looking for. The goblins, just fun Lego, really. And then when Jurassic World came out, you had the first wave of Jurassic World Lego. I didn't really wanted to buy that because it was expensive. I didn't have that much money, but I didn't think it was that beautiful. When the second wave came out, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was on the white screen, the big screen, I was more into it because that had better designs, I think. So I bought that also. No, I did buy those. Not the first wave from the first movie, but only from the second movie. And perhaps when the third movie comes out, new Lego will come out as well, and we will see if we are, if I'm still really happy with those. So yeah, I think it was Lord of the Rings that brought me back to the whole Lego stuff. Yeah, I
yeah.
think so. Yeah, and then yeah, eventually also Harry Potter and yeah, that was it. Harry Potter. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I'm a fan of movies, and when you can make the movies out of bricks, that's
Everything coming to life. You have like the movies in your hands. It's so
yeah, true. Yeah, that's what it is actually. I do not buy everything that comes out because
yeah.
it's too expensive. But I was also thinking of buying some Batman stuff because I'm a fan of Batman as well.
Hmm.
But that was too cartoonish for me.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. To be fair, it don't. Most of them don't resemble the Dark Knight trilogy that well. It more
Mhm.
resembles the '90s ones or like the Adam
True.
West ones or um. I mean, they did try a Dark Knight one. They had an old. I can't remember what set it was. I think it was in no both the Tumbler sets. That's it. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure like in the
yeah,
2000s they did a Tumbler set with the Christian Bale Batman with like
yeah.
the grey and the bronzish armor on his chest and his stomach. And then they did they did another tumbler, but it had the Heath Ledger Joker in, but he looked a little bit he looked cool, but they could have made him look a bit better. The tumbler though is absolutely beautiful, and the Batman figure for that set's really good. But it's like 300 quid now. It's something ridiculous. It's
I
like
think so.
crazy. It's mad money.
I'm not going to buy that one because I like the minifigures,
Yeah,
the Batman. I'm a most fan of that Batman. Of course, now the Batwing is out in the old uh, Batmobile mobile that
yeah, Batmobile. Yeah,
Batmobile. Um, those look good, but to me, it's not in scale. You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying?
like minifigure scale.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
too
mean,
big.
with minifigure scale, it depends how big the thing they're building is. Like if it's a car, I suppose you do sort of want it to be minifigure scale. But if it's like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, it's going to be like the size of a street, because obviously the
Yeah.
characters are so small. But I can understand wanting the Batman stuff in minifigure scale. I think the tumbler is because the tumbler's quite massive.
Yeah.
Um, but the other ones aren't really. I suppose the Bat bike's quite big. I can't really remember them that well, to be fair. I'm more into like just looking at the new Lego Star Wars or Lego ideas now, or uh,
Yeah.
certain things that pop up. That
Is
interest
that
me.
Star Wars one of your favorite themes?
Oh yeah, bro, I love it, man. Like the Lego's absolutely amazing. The films are, I mean, the original trilogy is like phenomenal.
Mm-mm.
The other stuff I like on a personal level. Actually, I like all of Star Wars on a personal level, but on a subjective level, most of it is a bit crap. Apart from like the Mandalorian and the original trilogy and some of the
Mhm.
Clone Wars, a lot of Star Wars isn't very good. Yeah. But that's just subjective. That's the film buff in me
Yeah.
being subjective. But on a personal level, I do like all of it. You know, just sit back
Yeah.
and enjoying it.
Me too. I enjoy the movies. I haven't seen the Clone Wars. I think I've seen a few episodes, um, but that was randomly, so I didn't really follow it. I have Disney
Yeah,
Plus now, so I should be able to watch all of them. But I do like The Mandalorian. Also, The Mandalorian Lego is fantastic.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
beautiful.
haven't watched season 2 yet, so please don't spoil it. I'm waiting until nearly all the thanks. I'm waiting until nearly all the episodes come out, and then I'm just going to binge it all. So
Oh, cool. Yeah. I won't tell you anything about it, but I do.
thanks.
I can tell you that I do like the Razor Crest of Lego.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
It's only it's a bit. Yeah. It's of course you have to pay some money for it to get it.
Yeah, yeah, a bit pricey.
But I think what they did very well was when the Mandalorian came out, there were only two sets of the Mandalorian, small sets with Mandalorians, four of them, I think, five, and then that what was the name of that thing? It has the Mandalorian in it, two bad guys and one uh, woman.
Trying to
And
think.
sorry,
I'm trying to think. All I really know is the Razor Crest for the Mandalorian sets. I can't really think about the rest of them.
yeah, there is one other that
Isn't it like a? Is it? Would it be the Walker?
yeah, the
Um,
Walker,
yeah,
indeed, the Walker. I don't know the name of it, but
I think it's like the ATE something. I don't know.
yeah, true, yeah, that one. And no one knew really what was going on in the Mandalorian before, because it had to be a secret that the Mandalorian would have this little baby.
Yeah, yeah, Yoda.
So they had to wait for the Razor Crest to come out, because otherwise they would spoil this baby Yoda.
Hmm.
So they waited until well, the second season to to showcase the Razor Crest and Lego.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair dues. I mean, but all the Lego Star Wars is just a lot of fun. I'm not too bothered about this most recent wave because it's just an X-wing and a TIE fighter, but like a mini version. So I'm not too fussed. I prefer like when they try and get stuff from every single era, like the prequels, the sequels, and the
Mhm.
original. I love a mixture of stuff rather than just from one era.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's all kind of rebooting things. Re uh, we already have a lot of Star Wars X-wing
Yeah,
fighters.
X-wings, yeah,
We already have a lot of
TIE fighter.
Millennium Falcons,
Oh yeah,
TIE fighters, and I know they're trying to improve also. That's also the case. But well, you don't have that much. For example, I think from the last movie, there's not that
Yeah,
much.
Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-mm. True.
I can't think of many sets that they did from that. I really can't think of any.
No, no, can I? Is there something of the second? I mean, of the episode 8? I'm not
I
sure.
still can't think. I'm pretty sure they've. Oh man, just all the sequels, like the sequel trilogy. It's all fuzzy for me. I just can't remember a lot of it. To be
Mm,
honest, it's just a bit forgettable. I know they have in episode 7 because that's a bit more
yeah,
memorable for me.
me
I
too.
remember they had a new Millennium Falcon, and they had Ray and BB-8. And BB-8, I really liked his unique mold. I really like that mold for BB-8.
Mm.
I think they had some the Resistance. I think they had like a starfighter for that. I think they had Poe in a starfighter. I can't remember that well, but I mostly just remember the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy sets. Really,
Yeah, and they did it already in the early 2000s. That when they
yeah,
started to bring out Lego Star Wars sets, because actually Star Wars was their salvation, kind of, because Lego was almost bankrupt. But Star Wars was actually, and some other things, to kind of meant the revival of Lego.
yeah,
And
because I'm guessing like when they come up with like original ideas, they don't really. But that's why they just all have licensed themes now. Even though the original ideas are cool, if you
yeah,
just see like Lego Pirates or Knights or City, it isn't really as it's cool and all, but it's not known to the general public. While Star Wars, you see Star Wars straight away. You see, as you mentioned, films. You know, you can bring them to life. You can get like they had Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Jar Jar Binks in that submarine thing. They had
yeah,
what else did they have in 2002? They had the Anakin and Obi-Wan in the futuristic car chasing after
oh,
Sam Weasel, the bounty hunter in her futuristic car. They just had all sorts. They had clone trooper battle packs. I think they had elite one of them big elite gunships. They just had all sorts all them years ago. And you could
yeah,
even get mini figures in like poly bags, which was really nice. Well, no, sorry, in packs. Well, nowadays you usually have to buy sets for minifigures or you know.
true. Yeah, and it never ends. I mean, they will keep coming,
Yeah,
especially when there are coming new movies from Disney, because Disney is now the boss. Uh,
yeah.
if it comes to Star Wars, and they will keep producing new episodes and new series, and yeah,
Well, it's pretty much as long as Star Wars makes some money, they're just going to keep spamming it out forever.
we hope. Yeah.
So it depends. If they keep the quality good, then I suppose it will go on as long as Earth goes on for.
Yeah, for example, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if it's possible, then they will do that. I think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
But if the quality goes down and kids aren't bothered about it, and teenagers and adults aren't bothered about it, then they just well, Star Wars in general will go bankrupt, not just Lego Star Wars. So
we will see that, or maybe not. We will just have to wait for the future. What it will bring, I don't know. Hopefully, perhaps new movies. I don't know. We will have to wait for that.
yeah, yeah. So with licensed and non-licensed, which ones do you prefer then?
I think licensed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do like City. It has beautiful things like police, especially the mounted police is a nice line.
Hmm.
Um, and for kids, it's recognizable.
Yeah.
If you are a boy who wants to be a fireman, you got fireman,
Yeah.
and you want to have
Yeah.
it, and you want to play with it, and you want to, if you like trucks, well, they got trucks. You have also Technic Lego. I think it's something kids can learn
Yeah.
from. So it helps them. The licensed things are actually, I think, for kids, they could be really cool,
Hmm.
because you see, for example, with Jurassic World and Harry Potter, it's really play sets,
Hmm.
so kids can play the movie. Um, But the thing is, and maybe that's my why I like it. For example, this guy has just human skin. He is not yellow,
Yeah.
and that's what I like. I do like the yellows, no problem. But this is more real.
Yeah, it
To
does. It is more applicable to real life, in it, when they're like more fleshy than yellow.
Yeah, flashy. Yeah,
But I don't
yeah,
mind either way, as long as the figures look cool. But I suppose if because obviously with Star Wars before, it was all like yellow figures at first
yeah,
up until
yeah. True, I suppose.
2005. So it would look strange if every film had like yellow flesh instead of human flesh.
hmm Yeah, that's correct. And also, still the minifigures that come out, all those series like this Roman guy,
Yeah.
Roman centurion, they're also yellow, but they are
Mm.
fine.
Yeah.
They're okay. My nieces really love Lego Friends with the you know more the girls
Yeah,
Lego.
the
Let's call it
feminine,
that
yeah,
way.
feminine stuff.
Yeah, but it looks good.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
does. Yeah.
By the way, how do you feel about that kind of SeaWorld Lego with the submarine and the sharks and
I'll just look it up quickly. Hold on, SeaWorld Lego.
I don't
Didn't
know
you-
if it's called SeaWorld, but it's just yeah. What is it?
I'll look up. I'll look up.
It's also associated with National Geographic.
Oh, cool. That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope. Well, awesome. Um, I'm guessing this is what you're referring to. Uh,
exactly. Yeah.
this looks great. The submarine with the four ends. You get quite a few fish with them. You
Mm-hmm.
get a what's it called? Oh, the flat. Is it stingray? Like a flat. Uh,
Stingray. Yeah.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
Hammerhead shark. Yeah, submarine looks awesome, man. Yeah, the Lego sea sets. Yeah, and as you said, National Geographic on the box. Yeah, Lego sea sets. They look pretty sick. They look pretty awesome.
And the cool
Pretty
thing
good.
is that they're
Sorry to
not.
interrupt. Pretty cool. Pretty good price here. 55,
Yeah, that's what I
55
wanted
quid.
to tell you. It's not that expensive. And I think there's a reason for it because it has also this educational goal, I think.
Yeah,
Because it's also when I was in a Lego store, I read something about pollution, climate, and
yeah. And the
it's
seas
also
being messy and all that stuff.
exactly, yeah. So I like that. I'm not gonna buy it, but I think if I was a child, I would go for that.
Hmm. I remember, because the thing is, it is it is good to educate kids on these issues. Because when I was a kid, I finished drinking a bottle of water, and then I was like, "Oh, Dad, can I just chuck this in the sea?" We was in Wales, and he was like, "No, no, don't." And I'm like, "Oh, this is like when I was really young,
Yeah,
probably like 10 or 11." And he was like, "No, don't." I know it's only one bottle, and there isn't loads and loads of sea life in England, English seas, but once it floats further and further, it could affect a fish,
yeah.
and the thing is, if people keep being careless, and don't get told that they shouldn't throw stuff in the sea like that, it will just get worse and worse and worse.
True, because then you get a plastic sea and you don't want to have it because that plastic is never gonna deteriorate.
Never, yeah,
If
never.
it, even if it, reduces, then even the smallest creatures eat from it, and they
Hmm.
have plastic in their stomachs, and it's tiny microplastics.
Yeah,
That's really dangerous and
that is
endangers
just,
the whole ecosystem.
yeah, that is just. I feel quite bad for the. I know people like animals are just animals, but like imagine being a fish and that like in your stomach and you don't know what's going on and you're in pain and like
Yeah,
people fishing the fish and then humans eating that fish with the plastic in its stomach. So
exactly.
it's a vicious cycle that can go in a circle and come back
Yeah.
and bite you in the back for chucking the bottle in the sea. So
And you don't want that because
no,
it's also in our plastic. That's kind of weird, because this is plastic as well.
yeah.
And in 2 years, Lego is going to change their how to say their products and make it more natural.
Oh,
Uh,
oh yeah. I
yeah,
think I said something like that, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's within 2 years they will use other materials.
Do you think they'll still be able to make a good figure with that that lasts for ages? Or
I hope so. I'm not sure.
you think you think they know what they're doing? You think people that are like that high level like Lego are, you think they'll be able to pull something off? If it does fail, then they'll have to like maybe make some sort of like hybrid that has a bit of plastic and a bit of natural stuff in it.
Mm-mm.
Meet in the middle, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But I'm not really sure. I didn't dive into it that well, but I read a bit about it that it will be changed.
Hmm. I'm just looking at this set right now, and it's got another stingray and a shark, and it looks epic, man. It looks
Oh,
absolutely class. This
that's
one's a lot.
fantastic. It's a shipwreck also, right?
Yeah, yeah. In the at the corner, there's like a shipwreck thing at the corner. Yeah,
Oh,
uh,
that shark is massive.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. This is really cool though. To be honest, there's as you say, shipwreck. The boat is massive. I think it is a lot more pricey than the submarine one, but I think 120 quid ain't too bad for that.
hmm, all
So,
right. I think I would still go for the research center that you
mhm.
showed
Yeah, the
before,
submarine. Yeah.
because I don't know, a boat, we have had a lot of boats, but this one is very cool.
Hmm.
And the shark, I would do it for the shark
Yeah.
because
Fair
he's so
play.
huge.
I was going to ask, do you watch much brick filming, like Lego stop motion?
I never really watched it. I've seen some, but I never did something with it, to be honest. But it is nice. There was a guy in our country who and his father who made a stop motion movie of a athlete, and this athlete won a golden medal in the Olympics. But I don't know how you call that sports in English. But it was like turning around on a stick like this. Oh, I'm going to look it up how you call that. Just a second, because it was really imitating his match in which he won this golden medal, and that was really um, amazing how they um, how to say portrayed that in Lego,
Hmm.
because that is almost impossible. Epke Zonderland Lego. Yeah, okay, this is it. I'm gonna.
Oh, that looks like the gymnastics.
Gymnastics, indeed. But you see, this is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty nice brick film there.
Yeah,
Is that old then, or is that new? Or
that is from, I think, 8 years ago.
oh, so 2012, not too bad for
I
2012.
think so. Yeah.
There's some. I'm not knocking that brick film. That looks all right, but bro, there's some really good brick films, man. There's this guy called Forest Fire 101. His brick films are like movies. They're some next level amazing stuff. There's this dude called Mind Game Studios. He's legendary. There's this dude called Ed Bound who's really really good as well. He's come on the podcast before. He's a really intelligent brick filmer. Uh,
Oh,
Amazing editing and camera work with his videos. I think you like Mind Game the best though, because he does like original stories about
wow.
Lego, just Lego characters that he's made up most of the time. He's done like one Lego Star Wars video or two, but most of the time it's original stories that he's come up with the Legos. So
Oh, cool. I know one, by the way, and other very, I think he's really famous also. The Brotherhood Workshop.
oh yeah, look, all the Lord of the Rings videos, they're
Yeah,
epic.
for example, indeed, they're really funny.
Yeah, he parodies it really well. I love how
Yeah,
he uses like he doesn't use the regular studs that most brick filmers use. He like puts loads of clay or stuff on the
yeah,
ground and like the characters like go through it. It's really
true. Yeah, Yeah, he does that, but he has this, this humoristic videos. I think the first one I saw was of in the mines of Moria, that the birthday of a troll, and
Oh
then
yeah, yeah,
the cake.
yeah. And they gate crashes a party.
True, yeah. I
So,
was wow, that was fun indeed.
but at the same time, the animation's amazing, and the editing, and the cinematography, and the voice acting, and just everything just comes together.
Comes together all. Yeah, that's right. I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's
Yeah,
just oh man.
you have to just have an insane passion for it, or have some good ideas, or some things that you want to do,
Yeah.
or you just have to really love it. Because if you're just doing it to like, it's fine to aim for fame, but if you're only doing it for fame, you're gonna really struggle to create all that stuff.
Mm,
You know?
I think so too. That would be a big pain. To,
Yeah,
I mean, you have to buy all kinds of things to make it, look professional.
yeah.
I think for the Lego movies, they did some of that, but I'm not sure.
No, they didn't. I thought that when I was younger, but it's all computer animated. But the
Oh,
characters,
computer?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. It looks real,
it
It
does,
looks
yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
The
Yeah.
characters move like they physically are Lego, but it's all computer animated.
All right.
It would have been cool if they did get the best stop motion team in the world to pull off something like that and add all these effects, but
Yeah,
it probably would have taken like 6 years for them to do it, to be honest.
it would. I think so too. It would be quite a job.
Very long time, 6, 7 years.
But if you make a movie that, let's say, lasts half an hour, that could be done.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't you think?
If you have all the best people on the job, yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think they will pull it off if they have all the best people together and have a nice story which is original, and I think they could do it. Yeah.
I mean, this dude called Fancy Pants, who's a pioneer of the brick filming game. His brick films were well ahead of their time. He did this one called the Clone Training Center. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, that was a great one in 2000. I think it was early 2010 or late 2009. I was so blown away by it when I was a kid. And,
What was it called? You say?
Clone Training Center
Clown training center. Maybe I have it short.
for 2009. It was so good. And the Lego Force Unleashed. That's one of his videos. That was really good for 2010. Really good.
Mm.
Well ahead of its time.
Ah, I see it. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen it before, but I see it now. But indeed, the clones, like the Star Wars clones.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. They're all always like, those clones. Me watching the Mandalorian, like, well, they're always like sitting ducks. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, yeah, just cannon fodder, just
Yeah.
basic targets for the protagonist.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, indeed. Oh, but they look good, by the way. I think
they do.
clones look good from the start with Lego.
Yeah.
Look accurate, and yeah, I like them. I haven't got them, but I like the way they produced them.
Do you think you ever would buy any Lego Star Wars, or you're not fussed, or
Maybe I'm thinking of that new set of The Mandalorian that will come out next year, which is pretty soon.
yeah,
um, I don't know the name of it, but it has the Mandalorian and the child and another figure. Maybe that one, but I'll see. And as I told you, I like the Razor Crest, but it's just quite big and
yeah?
expensive still.
Do you watch many like Lego YouTubers like Ash and Flash and M&R Productions and Just Too Good, or
Yeah, I watch them occasionally, uh, but not regularly, like every day or and it was also due to time. I should
yeah,
always
yeah?
work
Some of
and
the
and
videos are quite long that they do. Some of M&R's are well long.
I also watched Yang Bricks usually because when I wanted to buy a set, I always was like, am I going to buy it or not? And he has good reviews on new sets, like for example, Jurassic World, new Jurassic World sets. I always first watched him
Yeah.
before I bought it, and sometimes I think, well, I do not agree because I like it more than you do, so I buy it anyway. Buy it anyway.
It's
But
good that
that's,
he's very. It's good that he's very honest with his reviews. You
yeah,
got to
sure.
respect him. He's not
Yeah,
worried about Lego sending him a set early. He's just going to give it like his honest review, and his honest opinion, and articulate himself very well.
yeah, and I think that's okay because a review is not about wow, wow, wow. It's about giving your opinion
Mhm.
and giving kind of feedback
Yeah,
positively. Like maybe this could be better, or this could have an extra minifigure to make it more playable, for example. That's all right, I think. So yeah,
yeah. Because if Lego, sends them some sets for free and early, and they just say positive stuff all the time. I mean, you want Lego to make the best stuff they can make to get the best product quality out there.
yeah.
You don't want them to be not improving if they can improve on something.
Mm-mm. I think that's right. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I think when I see that, oh, you already have that one. I wish I had it. I wish I could.
They are lucky, man. They are very lucky. But the way I try and see it is like a lot of years of hard graft went into that, like tons and tons of videos that to probably
Yeah,
spend hundreds of pounds or dollars on editing software and a good mic. And it took a lot of practice for them to get that good. So fair play
yeah.
to them, fair play that they put all this work in.
Think so too. I'm not jealous or
Oh,
something.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah.
Not at all. It's just like, wow, this is cool. He already has it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, it's like fair play to them, that they've got the set.
Yeah, to me too. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
I think it's good in a way that that's out there because like they can show off. You can see the set in the flesh. It's not just
Yeah,
in adverts. They're filming it on their camera, proper natural, view, and they give their opinion. So it's pretty nice.
yeah. And it's just cool to watch, even if you don't if you're not gonna buy it, you just see it how it is.
Yeah,
Otherwise, as you say, just see some product pictures from one or two angles.
yeah, exactly. So what's like the latest set you've bought?
The latest one is good question. Oh yeah, that's the Jurassic World Indominus Rex Rampage.
No,
I
fair
think
play.
with the Ankylosaurus. That's the latest one I bought. I haven't assembled it yet
Mm-hmm.
because of the space, because of Corona, um, because the table is full now. So I will do that when there is more space. And usually I do that with my wife. We always build together, which is cool.
That
And
is that is that is wholesome, man. That you've got a partner who loves building Lego. That is
yeah, she does. And we have a kind of um, when you have the instruction booklet, I mean, I do want 2 pages, she does 2 pages, and so on. But when it comes to the stickers, I'm doing the stickers.
what are you the master at it?
Yeah, I think so. Not
Oh,
a mass. I don't know. It's not a really nice thing to do. I'm the only thing I have against Lego is too many stickers. I don't mind few.
nah.
I had this Jurassic World Lego with a Triceratops, and it was really fun. It was a cool build, but there were almost how many stickers? Almost 20 or something.
Oh, bloody
A
hell.
lot of them.
Was there
Yeah,
many? Was there many printed things printed on? Or
no, not many.
oh,
No, that was a problem.
I don't mind them doing stickers because it is cheaper for them, but I think to make up for that, they do need to print quite a few things as well. If you got 20 stickers, you should at least print, I'd say about 5 to 10. 5 to 10 things should be printed on.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case,
That is annoying in
unfortunately.
it.
Yeah. But I got used to it, so it's all right. But you have some pieces that are really difficult to stick, uh,
Definitely.
because they are just some big ones,
Yeah.
and that,
You just have to get them just right and line them up perfectly. And it's like
yeah.
a pain. If it's slightly off and you're like, oh, I've got to keep scratching it off again, then pulling it off and then just getting it right, you
But
know?
that goes easy, by the way. If it's not correctly done, then you can pull it off
Yeah,
quite easily. But you don't want to do that too often.
true, true. Yeah.
But okay, it's just that's the only thing I don't like about uh, the building Lego. But my latest one does have a few stickers, but not that many, I think.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So that's
No,
a
that-
Jurassic Park set then.
yeah, that's actually it's based on the first Jurassic World movie. Um, yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah,
Good stuff.
and that's a nice set, I
So
think.
would you say Jurassic World is your favorite theme then?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's my favorite one, and um, I would say Harry Potter is the second.
Yeah.
And afterwards I think Star Wars, but I think I only have one. No, I have a small box of with Chewbacca. I
Okay.
think that will be my third, but my first one would is going to be Asterix if it gets the
Yeah.
10
That's
fourth.
fair play. That's fair play.
Yeah,
Would you make
yeah.
any more Asterix the Gaul sets or
Not sure. Maybe uh, that would be nice indeed, but it costs me a lot of work, I
yeah,
think.
a lot of
Uh,
time and effort?
but on the other hand, it could help me to build another one, because that could, kind of hype up the whole thing.
Yeah.
When people see, oh, there's another Asterix, so he is popular in Europe.
Yeah.
Why not? Because yeah, maybe you've seen it. There are two big Asterix and Obelix Lego heads on Lego Ideas.
Mhm.
Um, the thing is that when I entered my Asterix idea, I was one of the few. I think there were two others or three others,
Mhm.
but I had the most votes after a while, and then suddenly there came up two other projects of Asterix, and one of these was these big heads, and they placed them on the homepage, so everyone saw that, and it has now 8,000 supporters or more even. That was like, oh help. I really hope um, people will see my project as well. Otherwise, that could be a thing. I mean, I like those heads; they are beautiful. Um, but if they choose those heads, there might be a chance that we do not get a house of Asterix as I made it.
Mhm.
Would be a kind of, yeah, that would be a pity because then you don't have the play. Uh, I mean, the play thing. It wouldn't be a play set. You can put those heads, which is beautiful, down on your table or whatever, and they really look like the Asterix and Obelix, but you can't play with it, and
Mhm.
that would be a pity to me.
Yeah. Um. Oh, oh, I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot this man. Are you still up for talking about like how you learn like multiple languages?
Oh yeah, sure. We would talk about that. Well, I studied theology, and you have to learn some languages for that.
Mhm.
For
How come you
example,
have to do that in theology?
say it again.
How come you have to do that in the theology class?
Well, the thing is that the Bible is written in Greek and in Hebrew
Oh, cool.
and Aramaic. So if you want to read the original text, you have to read Hebrew and Greek.
Hmm.
And the first part of the Bible is in Hebrew, and the second part is in Greek. And so we had to learn those languages, and I had to learn Greek and Latin also, by the way, in 1 year, and then for let's say an additional 3 years or so, and then Hebrew for almost 4 years uh, to read that. And now I can read it quite well, but that's the ancient Hebrew. I can speak a bit modern Hebrew, like say hello and how are you
Yeah.
and where are you from, and but that's it. But in yeah, the ancient language is also different letters.
Hmm.
As it's not hieroglyphic. Those are really letters, and the Greek is a real yeah. It's also another has also another script, and once you've learned those scripts, you can read it easily. It's not
Right.
that difficult, but then the grammar comes. And
Yeah.
that's a bit more difficult because you have to know how a language works. Like you have your English grammar, I have my Dutch grammar, which is a world of difference sometimes.
Hmm.
But it's when you do that for 4 years or longer, then yeah, you grow into it and it becomes easy to read. Uh, and I'm not really a person that likes mathematics or technical subject things. I'm better at languages,
Hmm.
so for me it's easier to learn that than mathematics or
Yeah.
physics.
So it's sort of like a bit of just what comes naturally.
Yeah, it comes naturally to me more. Yeah. For example, I also can understand French and Spanish because I like it. And when you like something, it all comes easier to you than you don't like it. Like when I was in I think that is I don't know how you call those schools. We call it middelbare school. I think it's some kind of high school in America.
Middle
But
school.
middle school, yeah. In England, it's middle school.
In England, there's secondary school. America, there's middle school, then high school, then college.
Oh, you call it secondary school?
Yeah, yeah, we got nursery, reception, then primary school, then secondary school, then college, then university.
Yeah, I think it's secondary school and a bit like what did you mention afterwards? After secondary?
Secondary school, there's college, then university. But in America, college is like university for
Yeah,
us. For them, I mean, sorry.
for them, yeah, correct, correct. I think we have it's more like middle school. I really didn't like mathematics or things you have to, calculate and numbers. Just give me the French and the
Yeah.
German. I would have better grades with that than with the exact stuff.
Hmm. I mean,
So yeah.
well, I'm not personally bothered about because years ago with languages on Lord of the Rings, Aragorn could speak Elf, and when I was
Oh yeah.
when I was 14, because I had some Swedish friends on Xbox, I was like, I'm going to learn Swedish so my English friends won't know what we're saying, and I kept looking up things on Google Translate, and then I
Oh
tried
yeah.
to speak in Swedish to the Swedish people, and they're like, that isn't Swedish. Google Translate isn't right, and I was like, oh, and then I
Oh
just
hell.
gave up after that. I thought, oh, there's just no point. It's just too hard.
Yeah, and that's the Scandinavian languages. They are really difficult, I think, especially Swedish. But thing is that Danish and Dutch, they are very much alike.
Hmm.
I can't speak Danish, but if I would like to learn it, that will be easier maybe for me than for a French person.
Hmm. If a Danish person walked up to you and was like talking, they were just saying general stuff in their language, would you be able to understand some of it as the languages are so similar?
Yeah. Some
That's
things I would understand. They would greet you with hi, and we say hoi.
nice.
So that's almost similar. And there are a few other things. I've been in Denmark once, and sometimes there were sounds and words that were almost the same.
Yeah.
But when a Danish person is talking very quickly, speaking very quickly, I wouldn't understand him.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough, though.
Yeah, because then when same goes for English people. When English people are talking to each other, they could use also a dialect.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of slang and
Yeah,
terms that only make sense to certain areas.
exactly. Yeah, because I was in Scotland, and that was funny because I would think it would be very difficult to understand them, but that wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
But when I met this fisherman family and they were talking among each other, I was like, what? I sorry, say that again. I couldn't understand because they used all that slang and they swallowed a lot of words also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just difficult because, like, I mean, even around my area, there's some people who just talk so fast you can't understand what they're saying. They're just going like, "Rrrr," and it's just like, it just sounds like a computer malfunctioning, you know? It's just so difficult to keep up with some people. And some
Yeah.
people, when they talk, like, some people, when they get stressed, they're like, and like they're talking, and then they're talking so fast it merges into, it's just. It's just some people, like, even though English is my only language, it's like it's hard to understand some people because they're talking so fast. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, it's still I like to speak or to listen to other languages and learn from that. And
Yeah,
I do not speak them all fluently. For example, if I would live in France, I would pick it up more easily than I live here because I only speak English and Dutch here.
yeah,
So yeah, I can't. For example, when I watched the Asterix movies in French, I could leave away the subtitles and still understand for a good part what they were saying
yeah.
because gradually you grow into it again in that language. Same with Hebrew. When someone speaks Hebrew, I can recognize words
Hmm.
because you have learned that. When you learn a language when you're young, um, you that will keep no that will stay in your mind.
Yeah.
And same goes for English because you hear it so much, so many everywhere.
Hmm.
Um, that's your basically it's for me it's my second language.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair play. One final question then I wanted to ask because you mentioned Tintin at the start. Would you ever make any like Lego Tintin sets?
Good question. I think I would do that if the projects that are running up now for the 10K do not succeed
Yeah.
because I think they're let me check because it's a good set. I would buy it if it comes out uh, because it's nice. I like Tintin. I'm still waiting for the next animation movie. We're
Are they going
waiting.
to make a second Tintin film?
That was the plan,
Oh, that would have been
but
awesome.
that would be great. Really, I mean, this here it looks cool,
Yeah, yeah. That looks pretty solid.
and that has look a lot of support.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So go out and vote that if you
Yeah.
want. Um, and then the other one I liked is this one. Oh, it almost has Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it almost has 5,000. It's from the movie.
Oh yeah, is that at the when they roll up to his house and they're trying to shoot him?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. I remember
exactly.
at the start the reporter comes and then he gets shot by someone. Then Tintin's like, no, and then
It's from that kind of scene. Yeah, that's correct. I like it. I definitely like this one because I don't want to, I like this one to be the first to come
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I don't want to, how to say, kind of beat him or something. I wouldn't be able to because this is just too good.
yeah, yeah. What would
My
you do then? Would you? Wasn't there a scene when they're in the desert flying a plane?
Yeah,
I'm
there was,
pretty sure there
yeah,
was.
there was also a scene with that.
I think that'd be cool if you made something like based on that, or
I think he also has here. Here it is. Look at that. There is
oh,
all
there we go. Oh, they've already done it.
they've done it already.
Never mind. Pretty cool though.
That doesn't matter, but it is fantastic. I hope this would be great, but otherwise I I would go for that one.
Yeah. There's one scene when they're on a cruise ship, aren't they? Like this big cargo ship or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe someone could make something off that, but that would take a lot of work. It'd probably be
Oh,
quite big, and there'd be a lot of
that
different
will
things.
quite be a big thing. That and this is, by the way, another
Oh,
representation of
nice.
the plane,
Very nice.
and it has not
Not too
that much
many.
support. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I supported it, but it's unfortunate that it doesn't. That's the reason why I didn't pick Tintin because it didn't go that fast.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I went for Asterix because that was something of my youth,
yeah. And a
and
lot of people probably think like I know it's famous like in France and
yeah,
yeah,
in France it is very famous.
yeah, yeah. And obviously you know it in the Netherlands, but around the world people might not know it that much. So when they do see it, they'll be like, "What's this?" This is a lot of people will probably be like, "Well, I've never seen this before. This looks cool." They might think Lego have come up with it, you know. So
Yeah, that
they
would be
might
that
be,
would be that would be great.
yeah, they might be really intrigued with it, you know.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because it's colorful. It has a lot of play features, fun characters, and the minifigures are just funny to see. It would be, and that would be cool. It would be the first Lego with Celts because God bless you. Um, Asterix and Obelix are Celtic people,
Yeah,
and we don't have Celtic Lego, so that will be cool. We have had Vikings, we have had knights, but we didn't have Celts,
yeah.
and
So
they
that'll be
were,
a first.
huh?
I said so that'll be a first, won't it?
That
So
will, yeah, that will be a first. So that will be great. And of course, Romans. We didn't have big or large Roman themes. We have the Colosseum now, but that's the only thing we have, and those minifigures. But we didn't have big, play sets with Roman uh, figures. So
yeah, the Colosseum's pretty beautiful.
mhm.
It's a bit like if you've got the space, it's cool. But I can imagine if you're already quite a big Lego collector, it can be like a bit of a mess and a bit of a clutter, you know, and
Yeah,
hard to fit around your collection.
I think so. It is, and it's also a bit expensive.
Yeah, it's quite pricey, isn't it?
But um, yeah, if you like architecture, that theme of Lego, then the Colosseum is an interesting build to have
Yeah.
because it's larger. It's like the Taj Mahal. It was also a big thing,
Hmm.
and this one too. If you have a room and a snooker table or something like that, and uh, just a space for your own, and then you can display this big Colosseum.
Yeah, that'd look quite appealing.
That would be nice, but I don't have the space for it here. No, if I look around, I don't.
Yeah. Have you seen the International Space Station? That's only 65 quid, which is really good money for what it is. You know, the International Space Station looks amazing. In
I
Lego.
have seen. Yeah, it looks very good and accurate. Um, I'm not that much into the space theme, the modern space
Yeah.
theme, because it's always I did like the Moonlander.
Hmm.
That's a cool thing, but yeah, it looks as it is. I mean, they represented it quite well in
Yeah,
Lego.
definitely. Well, I think we can wrap it up there then.
Very
Thanks so
well.
much, man. Honestly, I appreciate it deeply that you came on.
Thank you too. I appreciated that you asked me to do this. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just good to have conversations with other Lego people and yeah, all that jazz. Really, it's just awesome because this is the first time on the podcast that I've been lucky enough to have a proper full Lego conversation with someone for like over an hour. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Well, you're welcome. It was nice to talk about Lego, and I hope the people enjoyed it and have a look at all the different Lego ideas. And of course, I hope you people like to give a support to Asterix and Prince. Will
Yeah.
be. But thank you, James. It was really a pleasure to do this.
No worries. Well, everyone go. I'll link Ganpat's channel in the description. Please check it out. Please go on Lego Ideas and support the Prince and the Astric the Gaul project. Please, it's worth it in my opinion. But you can make up your own minds and support it whether you want to or not.
Of
But
course.
yeah. Well, have a good one, everyone. See ya.